Zane. I'm with Food Safety, and you're listening to Brother Wade.
Hey, this is Mr. Blige here. You're listening to Brother Wade.
This is Arslan Kachadorian, Mr. Trumpet, The Professionals, and you're listening to the Brother Wade program.
Hey y'all, this is his fiance, and you are listening to Brother Wade.
On the following program are those of the host, guests, and callers. They do not reflect the views of this station or this network. Rock music is what we're doing an intro in for today, folks. Isn't that great? And with a realization that I probably just gave myself an extreme headache listening to rock music in my headphones. A great big warm hello to you folks. And welcome to the program. The live call-in number tonight is 607-238-3816. It's a live call-in number every night. Every time I come up here in the program, you people want to sit here and wonder what the number is. The number is 607-238-3816. As I light my cigarette, welcome to what we're going to call a horse's ass today, because I have a few emails. I'm going to read the emails live to you. We're going to read the emails, and for the most part, we're going to sit here and tell you what they mean. Because Mr. Myers has wrote to me again. Patty Myers, I call him. Patrick Myers wrote to me another email telling me how shitty and disgusting my show is. And I'm telling you, folks, I don't think it's shitty and disgusting. I don't think it has anything to do with being shitty or disgusting. I don't understand how he thinks my show is shitty and disgusting if I'm sitting here doing an adequate program. But he does. He thinks it, so now it is true. Now, everybody wants to be true. Everybody wants to have stupid stuff, I guess. I don't understand it. I don't know why it is. I have no idea what, it's doing. I have no idea why it's that way. I have no idea, I have no idea. It's just stupid. It's absolutely idiotic. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's happening out there, and I don't understand how many people think it's right to do this. And I don't understand how many people think it's okay to sit here and write what you're writing, saying what you're saying, doing what you're doing, and wanting you to do it. I don't understand. I don't understand the possibilities of what it is that you want to do and the possibilities of why it's being done. I just don't. I don't understand any of that. But I don't think I have to understand it. I don't think I have to monitor it, as they say. I don't think it's that way. I don't think anything is becoming that way. And that was the phones. Because obviously somebody's on the phone today. Obviously. I don't know who's on the phone. I don't know why the phone is on. But the phone is on. Anyways, that came on pretty quick. Anybody on the phone? Hello? Nope, nobody's on the phone again. We don't have anybody on the phone because nobody wants to be on the phone because nobody wants to call into the program. Nobody wants to call into our program, and nobody wants to do anything with our program. So, Patrick Myers, you have written to me and disgustingly described my show. I don't think it's funny. I think it's wrong. You are either a listener or a troll or something, because obviously you know I have a program, and obviously you're listening to the program to know that it's trashy. You know what the word trashy is? Do you know what trash is? It's garbage. It's recyclable garbage is what it really is. So if you want me to get the dictionary over there, and you want me to pull up these words that you're using to describe my show, unrehearsed means I rehearse this. I don't rehearse it. It's done live. Live right now on the program, right now, anything goes. Not rehearsed. Period. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know why your problem is that. And I don't know what kind of establishment you think I'm running. Because I'm not running any establishment. I'm not running an establishment at all. I'm not doing it. I am running something that's adequate here. It's very professional. As I stick a cigarette in my mouth to light it, hoping I don't light my microphone windscreen here. Anyways, that's going to be a topic today, is why you people want to send me poor emails and make me look like an idiot. I don't think it makes me look like an idiot, because the only ones that know about the show is possibly the only ones that really care about the show, and the ones that want to do anything with the show is the ones that have come up here and done anything with it, because you guys, you know, the only ones that really want to act like asses and do that are trolls. Anybody that wants to humiliate somebody and hurt them and be mean are idiots. So they're idiots. Idiots and trolls have been writing to me all week. And that's how we're going to start this program. Because I don't care how we start the program. We have a new title coming into the program. Trying to get people involved with that. Trying to get people to listen to the program. Trying to get 1,000 listeners, folks. 1,000. 800 and some from YouNow and Facebook alone. Our archives. I think we got about 1,200 listeners. 1,200 and some listeners. That's great. I'm saying about 1,000 because maybe, 25% of that's trolls that don't give a shit what I say, give a shit what I do, give a shit. And I could go on and on and on and on. Give a crap. You want me to use that word? Give a, flying, I'm not saying that word on here. I will get some feedback from YouNow and YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and Twitter and all these other social networks that don't like me because I'm on a program doing something good. And that's what you're doing. You're doing something horrible. Doing something stupid. That's what they probably think. But I don't think that. I don't care about it. I don't really care what people think. So in a minute, folks, I'm going to turn on these chat rooms. Okay? YouNow chat room and the Facebook chat room. And we're going to see who comes in here. And maybe we'll see these idiots that want to come in here and leave me emails that I'm a horrible person. I don't think I'm horrible. Don't think I'm horrible at all. Don't think the show is horrible. What I should do is just turn on the chat rooms and not go to a break and just welcome everybody in here. But I have to get up. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to get a drink. Okay? We started a little early today because I'm pissed. I'm outraged that these people are thinking this stuff about me, because it's not true. It's not true. And if they want to continue to do lies and all this other stuff because they want to look cool and do all this fun stuff, well, look cool on somebody else's show. Matter of fact, don't look cool at all. Don't do it on somebody else's show. Don't do it on my show. Save your comments for yourself. Or call into the program. The phone's right there. Call into the program and say it live to me. You're hiding behind your little computer screen, typing out the words to send emails and nasty little comments, but you can't do it live. You can't face me live. Face me right there in that chair if you think I'm that bad. If you think this show's that horrible. Come in here as a guest. Come in here as a commentator. Come in here as a media outlet. Come in here as somebody that thinks they know what they're doing, because obviously you don't. And I still think you're related to the other Myers that I went to school with. Okay? that picked on me mercifully. Maybe you're the same person. Maybe you've changed your name or using your middle name because you don't want to know who you are. But I know who you are, and I'm going to tell the world today about it. Every single email I got sits right there. Sits right here. Right there. On the other side of this paper, right here. I could hold them up in front of the screen and all that, but I don't need to show all my business. Trying to do it professionally. Trying to do it randomly. Trying to do it adequately here. Anyways, we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to open up the chat rooms for everybody. We'll be right back.
Quality limousine service. When in New Jersey, call 201-785-9071.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today...
The only thing I didn't learn today...
The only thing I didn't learn...
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Answer.
If I stay on the res, I'll be 8 times less likely to drop out of college.
If I stay on the res,
I won't be just another number.
I can learn biology in my native language.
I can use my education to help my people.
If I stay on the res,
I'll be more likely to transfer to a university.
6 times more likely if I stay on the res.
There's a 9 in 10 chance I'll finish college.
And I will finish college.
I will learn about the old ways so my culture will live on.
I will make my parents proud.
I'll make my people proud.
Our history will not be forgotten.
If I stay on the res.
I can get a quality education.
At a tribal college. At a tribal college.
If I stay on the res.
If I stay on the res.
If I stay on the res.
Learn more about the 33 tribal colleges and how they're helping Native American people and their reservations. The American Indian College Fund, educating the mind and spirit.
7 million children suffer from asthma, more than any other chronic disease. Most asthma attacks are caused by allergic reactions to allergens, including those left behind by cockroaches and mice. In fact, 82% of U.S. households contain mouse allergens, and cockroaches are found in up to 98% of urban homes. How can you protect your family? Find out at pestworld.org. A message from the National Pest Management Association and the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology.
American International Pictures presents Frogs, the story of the day nature strikes back. It was bound to happen, but why now? Why did these particular people on that particular island face this particular kind of slithering, slimy terror? See Frogs, starring Ray Milland, Sam Elliott, Joan Van Ark, Adam Rourke, and Judy Pace. Frogs, an American International picture, in color, rated PG. Frogs, today the pond, tomorrow the world.
Off the break, we are live right here with Facebook. We're live with you now. We're live with everybody. And hopefully, you guys will be able to see the show. As I said earlier, when I first started, what I said about it is, I got emails here to read to you. One from Patrick Myers, who we all know who he is. Another one from a Cindy, who wants to let everybody know my show absolutely sucks. It's horrible, and she's not listening to it again. We have a Dan, who writes to me and tells me my equipment sucks. My equipment does not suck. You're listening to my equipment. You're listening to the equipment. You're seeing the equipment. You're hearing the equipment. So if the equipment sucks, I have no idea why it's so bad. Another thing is you're watching me live. So I'm not sure how that is. But anyways, folks, welcome to the program. We had our Valentine's Day show last time. So this program is probably going to be something else of that. And I'm taking Joseph's suggestion in wearing a collared shirt and looking nice. Isn't that nice, folks? If you don't see me live on camera, you probably would think I'm naked, but I'm not. I'm not naked. I am wearing a collared shirt. My fiancée has issued her voice to me for our opening. We have an all-new opening. We have an all-new way of doing this show. And we've been thinking of topics and people and getting some people involved. And a lot of people that wants to come to the show and do the show and listen to the show are here. Now, I'm up to 850 viewers between social media and YouTube. So that's 1,850. I'm almost up to 2,000 listeners. So I must be doing something right. I must not be doing something wrong. Our number is 607-238-3816. Our email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com. And our website, unfortunately, is www.brotherwade.com. We are working on the website. I realize that it's old. I realize it's crappy. I realize that some of you have gone up there and can't do anything up on the website. I realize that. I understand that. I am working on it. How much more do you want to be listed? How much more do you want me to try very hard? I have a gentleman in charge of my website. He's doing the best he can. I'm doing the best I can. We're trying to get things up there. We're trying to get things going. So, if you are here now, I want you to go and tell your friends. I want you to tell your family. I want you to tell everybody to get on and watch and listen. We broadcast this every Monday at 8 p.m. Business cards are being made. We are trying to get more people involved, and we're trying to get more ideas. Welcome to the chat room for you in the YouNow chat room who just came in, and you in the Facebook chat room who just came in. What happens here is, if you are watching me live, I will do the show. When I go on break, because we have breaks, bathrooms, getting drinks, whatever, we do play some commercials. We do play some things on our breaks. I'm trying to take less of the breaks, but sometimes they have to be needed. So what we're doing is I will then communicate with you and talk with you and share my life with you in the chat room. So be patient. Don't think that I am ignoring you, because I'm not. I'm not ignoring you. Period. I'm not. So the emails here that I have, that we're going to shuffle around here, a little bit, come to me because I printed out some stuff on the last leg of ink. One of them is absolutely disturbing. I wrote out what she said in my own handwriting because I wanted it to go through my head. Her name's Barb. She wants to know why, on the show, we have to keep talking about stupid subjects that we've always talked about. No, it's not stupid subjects we've always talked about. Always means all the time. Consistent. Because I'm going to do this, folks. I said I was going to do it in the intro of the show. I will get a dictionary, and I will read every word that you claim that this is about. That you claim that it always means consistent. I don't consistently talk about the same subject. Last week was Valentine's Day. The subject before that was a different topic. The subject before that and before that. And you can go into my archives. Now, there is stuff we address. There is stuff that callers call up on and want to talk about repeatedly because they're dumb, okay? But we don't talk about repeated stuff. We don't do it. I don't do it. I have material, raw material. Good material, basic material, some material that is good for us to have. But let's get to this Patrick Myers. Now, if you're not familiar with the guy I'm talking about that I went to school with, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he's still around and if it would be slander or not, but the poor guy picked on me, mercifully. And this Patrick Myers, there's also a Robert Myers. I think it's the same person changing his name. So we're going to call him Mr. Myers. Started with a Danny Myers, now it's a Robert Myers, now it's a Patrick Myers. Mr. Myers decided to write me and tell me that my show is trash. Trash is recycled garbage. And since my show is trash, I should be kicked off immediately and hanged. So, he wants YouTube, Twitch, YouNow, and all these other social medias and Facebook to kick me off because my show sucks. I'll tell you what, on YouNow alone, there's probably 100 shows. And some of these shows are bad. Some of these people are not good. On basic media of podcasts, there's probably 1 million podcasts out there. I don't understand how they're bad either. There's some that are bad out there. Are you going to kick them off, or is it just me? Another girl, dear little Catherine here, wants to let me know that my show equipment is bad and that she does not agree with anything I say and I need to shut up. Well, little Miss Catherine, we're not going to shut up. If you would disagree with what I have to say, then tell me what you disagreed on. Telling me you disagree with me. I disagree with you, Wade. Okay. Why? Give me reasons, give me facts, give me something that's going on, give me a topic that is better than mine or something else. What are you going to do? To argue with the fact that I don't know what I'm talking about and that I'm bad. You didn't do that. You just said that my show is bad. Basically saying, your show sucks. She didn't use those words, but I know that's what she's doing. And I know my show sucks. I know it sucks. The people that listen to it know it sucks, but they keep coming back. Right now, we have 5 people in our YouNow chat room, and it looks like there's 3 people in our Facebook chat room, and we just started. They're regulars. They're the regular people that come to this program. They're the regular people that come every week. And they come up here because they want to hear facts. They want to hear what's going on in the world. They want to hear information. They want to hear subjects that mean something to them. Okay? If I sucked and my show was so horrible and I was... This letter I'm not even going to read. I'm going to throw it in the garbage. I'm going to wad it up and I'm going to throw it in the garbage. Because dear Catherine thinks I'm horrible. Now, I don't know who this Catherine is. I don't know anything about her. She didn't tell me, oh, well, I'm such and such, and this is why the subject matter sucks, and I'm an expert, or whatever you are. You just say it sucks. Well, guess what? My own daughter said my show sucked. She said I looked ugly on camera. Okay? My own daughter said, Daddy, something's wrong with the camera. And last week, everybody was like, something's wrong with the camera. Something's this, something's that. It looks like you're jumping up and down while I watch you. Well, guess what? Maybe there is something wrong with the camera. I'm not sure of. I've checked everything. Spent an hour checking everything. Wires, everything. Our phone works. Our system is wonderful. Lights blinking on it because it's supposed to be blinking. Nothing is failure. Nothing is have failed. Nothing has gone in an error. Nothing has duplicated. Nothing has deducted itself from its normal array of doing things. But this is continuous. Now, I don't care about your feedback. I really don't. Now, people know that I don't. I care about my audience, so don't get me wrong here. But I don't care what you think of the show. I'm going to do the show. Just like if you had a show. I don't care about your show. Your show is your show. That's why you have a show. I watch because I'm interested in the topic. I'm interested in what's going on. I'm interested in something you're talking about, something you're doing. I'm interested in tuning in every week to make sure that the show becomes good or better or to support it. None of these emails are supporting. None of these 5 emails support my show at all. And 850 people, we're estimating right now that I have about 1,200 something people that watch my program, that watch me weekly, do my archives. The statistics on YouTube, the statistics on Facebook, is that more people are listening to the archives than they are coming live. That means people are interested in my show because they have busy lives, because they can't stop everything they're doing, throw their hands up in the air, run to the phone, and watch me on my program. So they're listening to it at a later time. That's why we have it up on YouTube. That's why I've always had a media source where I can take my show and I can bring it anywhere. And I can have it sitting there for you to listen to it anytime you want to come and listen to it. Anytime you want to listen to my program, it's there to listen to. It's there to be there for you. Anytime you want to listen to it, just go up there and listen to it. It's not special. It's not something of a distinct nature here. That's what archives are for. And when I did the other podcast, and when I was doing the paranormal podcast, our archive shows were the most listened to. That's it. They were the most listened to as archives. People listen more in archives than they listen to in any other subject. They listen more in the archives than they will listen to in the other subjects. That's because people want to hear the information that I have. They don't want to stop their busy lives at the second I want to come up here and broadcast. That's why archives exist. That's why people archive their show. That's why it's very important that you go to my website. It's very important that my website's being done. It's very important that I have the things in place that we need. Now, I have them in place. I'm ready to go. And we're ready to go. This show is skyrocketed. I didn't think it would do anything. I really didn't. For a while, I paused it. I stopped doing stuff because I didn't think we were going to get anywhere. But I've noticed that the archives, and where I'm leading with this, is that the archives are being watched more than the live show is. Now, I do the live show because it's fun to have an interacting audience. It's fun to have callers. It's fun to have people to interact with. It's fun to have the people listening to me, and kind of like a little performance, if you will. But the archives are what's being listened to. And with that said, I'm now going to look at my chat room and count how many people. There's 5 people in you now. I think there's 6 or 8 people in Facebook. Hello to you, Susan. Thank you for coming. Jacob, thank you for coming. There's another one, Amy. Thank you for coming. We have some other people, Skins, and some other people here that are new. We have our normal people and you now. Thank you for coming. And this is what I do. I interact. And you're hearing me, if you're listening to the archives right now, complaining about you being in the archives. Having the people come to my show. And if you want to listen to me live, go to you now, CW Lawrence 01. You want to go to Facebook, go to my name on Facebook. If you want to go to the YouTube, go up on my YouTube and listen to the archives, because they're there. And sometimes when I listen to the archives, I listen to my show, I figure out what's wrong, we figure out what's going on with the show, what we need to do better. My fiance is very involved, and that's another rumor, folks. That's a rumor, folks. Rumor has it around this office here that I'm getting married. Rumor is that I'm getting married. I don't know if this rumor is true. I don't know who started the rumor, but that's a rumor. And I know that people are going to be talking, people are going to be chatting, people are going to be writing to my fiance, asking her why, and how can she put up with such a guy like me. That's for a whole nother show, because I plan on broadcasting our wedding live. It will be live for everybody to see. Too bad we can't take off from work and do all this other stuff, have $1 million in our pocket to do it, and have a live 8 p.m. Brother Wade wedding show. But we're not going to do that. That would be senseless. We're going to work on a schedule for ourselves. Now, I could care less about a wedding. I could care less about spending money. I could care less about fancy things. But my wife decided to want to be some fancy stuff. So I'm going to please the wife and do the fancy stuff. Now, I call it my wife, my girlfriend, my fiance, my friend, my partner, whatever word you want to use. The human being that is going to agree to put up with my shit for the rest of their lives. That person wants something, and she's going to get what she wants. As always, a woman should get what they want. And she's going to get what she wants, and it's going to be great. Now, without that being said, further into this discussion, these emails here are making it look bad for me. And the reason that I will oust and talk and complain and bitch and moan and groan and whine and cry about my emails, because I don't like the negative publicity. I like the drama. Don't get me wrong. Everybody knows I love the drama. I love the drama of social media. It's hilarious sometimes. But when it's going to take something like my family, like myself, my show, something I worked hard to do, something I worked hard to get to, something I worked hard to manage, something I worked hard, as I choke on a cigarette here, as I manage to get myself out of some other problems of debt and stuff, and then into this problem of getting these emails. I wasn't happy. I thought these emails would have been something good. I could come up here and talk and say good things about the show, good things about people, good things that are happening. Well, that's not true, because that's not going to happen, because obviously these emails have pissed people off. Obviously somebody has decided that they want to create havoc. They want to create bad stuff. They want to be miserable. I don't believe that somebody wants to be miserable, so they do it to somebody else. That's stupid. That's weird, idiotic, dementing, sick, whatever you want to call it. But I believe that some people do this for a kick. And when they get this kick, they get this adrenaline rush, they get this high off making other people miserable. And it's stupid. It's dumb. They shouldn't be doing it. And they want to do it. It's almost like it's a thrill of the day. It's the thrill of whatever you want to call it. The thrill of the evening is to go up there and upset somebody else. Well, I'm not going to be upset by it. My audience isn't going to be upset by it. My listeners aren't going to be upset by it. My friends aren't going to be upset by it. My family ain't going to be upset about it. People who know me aren't going to be upset about it. Okay? So they're losing. If they want somebody to smile at them and agree with them and say, oh, my, let's, oh, boy, this guy is this and that. Oh, boy, ooh, rumor this and rumor that, and snitch on this and snitch on that, and oh, boy, and have thrills, they're not doing it. They're not going on about it. They're just not. Somebody's laughing in the YouNow chat room. What's so funny about that? What's so funny about the fact that it is going on? Now, if you're live and you want to call in, it's 607-238-3816 is the number to call in. The website is www.brotherwade.com. The email is cwlawrence01@gmail.com. cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Now, what I'm saying here, and a lot of people are probably watching this show as I go on and complain about emails. What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to do when somebody comes up and says something negative about me? How do you want me to stick up for myself? Do you want me to whine and cry and bicker and bitch and moan and groan? Or do you want me to just sit here with a happy face on going, oh, well, these things that they said about me, it's not right, and I'm going to defend it. Now, I don't defend too much stuff. I'm not one of these that go over the top to defend stuff. I don't go over the top to go ballistic about when people say stuff about me. They can say whatever they want to say about me. They can think whatever they want to think about me. They can do whatever they want to do about me. They can just go on and on and on and on about it because that's probably the way they do. But I don't have to put up with some of these emails. And again, we're looking at Luke is in the chat room today. Luke, welcome to the chat room. There's a few others. We have Kruger in the chat room on YouNow. We have some other favorites on YouNow audience here. We have the Twitch audience. We have my social media audiences, folks. And again, if you're listening in the archives, we do have the show broadcasted Mondays at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouNow. We're getting business cards done up. So, and to be part of the program, 607-238-3816. Send me an email, even though I'll complain about your email if it's something negative, probably. cwlawrence01@gmail.com. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a little break. Maybe I'm not going to take a break. I don't know. We have, not sure if I want to take a break or if I want to keep complaining. Because we have 5 emails. And some of these emails are just about, loaded with stuff in them. Kelly writes to me and says, my show is dramatic. And it's issue-filled. And it needs to stop. Issue-filled? What kind of issues have I done to fill up this show? Because I'm pretty sure the issue-filled that you mean is what I'm talking about right now. Wait a minute, let's not go on a break here. Let's issue filled. Think about that for a moment. She's talking like it's a donut that has wonderful jelly cream and filling in it. Issue filled. I'm not sure my show is issue filled at all. Lately we've been doing news. We talked about COVID. We've had my friend on. And now you're saying it's issue filled. Kelly, let me get something straight here. The issues that I talk about are the same issues everybody else is talking about. The issues that I'm talking about on this program, weekly on this program, are the same issues that the world is talking about. Media throughout the entire world talks about the same issues I do. The only difference is that I'm Brother Wade. That's it. So if you really want to talk about why my show is so great, it's because I'm on it. But I don't think that's what you mean. I don't think that's what you mean, Kelly, when you said issue filled. I think it was an insult to the fact that the topics you don't like. You don't like the topics on my program. Well, I'll tell you what. There's people that do because they're listening. 1,200 something listeners. Every week I'm going to come up here and I'm going to tell you how many listeners I got the last week. Last week, the last show I did, 850 some people watched. This is between archives, live shows on Facebook, YouNow, Twitch. It's almost amazing that people even listen to my show. It's amazing that I'm even discussing some of the things that you guys are talking about me about. But I might as well get them out of the way. And I'm sure there's people up there that love the drama just like I do, that just want to hear all the insults that you say about me, all the comments that you mentioned in my YouTube archive videos. That's why you can't comment on them. That's why we have suspended comments, because of the negativity, because of the stupid profanity and prolonged ignorance of you people discussing things about me. I mean, some of the stuff that you say is just outrageous. And if you want me to, I'll go and I'll copy and paste on Word, and I'll print out some things and I'll read them. And we can all together have a good laugh. It'll be a comedy hour. It'll be an absolute comedy hour because of the comments that are said. But I'm not affected by the comments because I don't care. I don't care. I do my show. I have the people backing me on my show. I have the people that like my show. I give material. And I stopped talking about material. I stopped talking about COVID absolutely at all. I won't talk about it anymore. Other people are talking about it. I'm not. I could care less about COVID. Life is going on around us with a lot of things. Right now, we are in a war, maybe in a war, with Russia. Like we weren't in the war with Russia in the 80s, right, folks? But anyways, there's other facts of China reissuing some things that they want to do. And because of COVID, everybody's hiding. They've taken some legal laws away from us. Legal copyright laws, legal authority laws, legal medical system laws that we didn't even know they were doing because all we focused on was COVID. And guess who brought it to you? Guess who brought these laws to you, folks? Guess who sat here and told you the law about the HIPAA? Remember when I told you it doesn't matter anymore about information? Your information can be given to anybody they want to give it to because we're in a pandemic. Guess what? Big news stories about COVID patients, and big news stories about how they're getting their information and how people are passing information to one another. How is information being given to the media if there's a HIPAA law? Because they suspended it. And I was the one that brought it to you. If I'm not mistaken, our dear friend Suzanne brought up some issues about the doctor's office. The fact that the people are almost segregated in the waiting rooms. In other words, there'll be a sick person next to you. Every time you go into that doctor's office, there's somebody that's sick next to you. Almost on purpose. Almost on purpose, like they wanted people to get this. But you heard it first from me, folks. You heard it right here on the Brother Wade program. And now this stuff is coming out in the media in mass numbers. Guess what? I've stopped talking about it. Why should I talk about it anymore? Nobody cared. No, everybody thought I was stupid. And everybody made comments. Wade is going overboard. Wade's going off on a tangent. You want to know what kind of rants and tangents I have? The ones that mean something. The ones that are going to get you the information so that you can be informed. So you can properly be informed. What about our dear friend Michael, who was in the doctor's office and when COVID was happening, saw several people without their mask on. It was almost like they were planted in the waiting room, coughing and spitting up while everybody else had a mask on. Not one of the staff did anything about it. Not one. Not one of the medical staff walked over and said, get out of this building, or come back in the back right now with me, you're sick. It's almost like a conspiracy. It's almost like a setup. All of a sudden now, we have no mask on. There's no problems. And some of the stuff, just like I said a Democrat is going to get in the office. A Democrat got in the office. I said they're going to take away everything that they did, and they're going to change other stuff and go back to the wars. They're going to go back to the publicity stunts. They're going to go back to the liberal stuff that they wanted to do. They're going to go back to the laws, and they did this. And I said it's a publicity stunt. And it was almost a publicity stunt. Some of this stuff that happened is like it never happened. Some of the stuff, they say, is now flus, and people have died of seizures. People have died of food poisoning. When's the last time you heard of somebody dying of food poisoning? Because they mistreated you. You walk into the emergency room with a stomach ache. You walk in the emergency room with almost your appendix exploding. You walk into the emergency room with a backache, maybe lung problems, heart attacks. People have died of heart attacks in the hospital having a heart attack because they said it was COVID, and they ignored the person with the medical issue. This is sick. It's horrible. It's sick. It's meaningless. It's mean to us. It's demeaning to us. But I brought it to you. Right here on the Brother Wade program, I brought it to you. And the people said that I'm crazy. They said that I was stupid. They said that I should shut my mouth, and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything of what's going on. But guess what? The Brother Wade program brought it to you. So these emails that I'm staring at right here, calling me an idiot, talking on how I'm bad, telling me that I'm nuts, basically saying my show is horrible, basically saying I suck and I should get out of the business. Folks, my show has done a lot of good. My show has seen a lot of good. My show will continue. It will continue, folks. I'm here. I'm here. And I'm going to continue to do well. And I'm going to continue to do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, just like we used to say in radio, there's a whole dial. There's a whole, all the way from 11, which was in New York City, 11.9 in New York City, all the way up to KF, whatever it is, J or whatever it is, all the way on the dial, all at 99.9, okay? And on the AM dial, it went all the way from 56, all the way up to 2900, which is Sirius XM now or something. I don't even know if they're around anymore. I don't even know if terrestrial radio actually exists anymore because everything's online. But anyways, like I used to say when I did pirate radio, there's another dial. If you don't like to talk or you don't like the subject, you turn the dial. You go to another show and you watch it. You stare at it and you watch it and you listen to it. Okay? That's what you do. So if you don't like my show, you can send me emails that I suck and I'm horrible. I'll read them online. I'll read them right here to the audience. Okay, our online audience, our streaming audience, our social media audience, whatever you want to call it. Okay? I'll read your emails. And then you can listen to them here in the archives. I have an archives here. The show is archived. It's archived on my YouTube. So I can come up here and speak, and then you can listen to it at another time if you want. Maybe you're listening to my archives right now. Maybe you're one that listens to my archives regularly. I hope you continue to do it, because this show is going to give you information. This show is succeeding. This show is doing very well. There's nothing wrong with this show. It's everybody's opinion, everybody's thought process that's making it bad. Folks, I have to go on a break here. When we return, I'll probably have another rant to go on. So we're going to take a break. The phone number is 607-238-3816. The email is CWLAWRENCE01@gmail.com. Our website, www.brotherwade.com. We'll be right back.
Mad Max is a lone warrior searching for his destiny, while a tribe of lost children wait for a hero. And in a world battling to survive, they meet a woman determined to rule. Hold out for Mad Max. This is his greatest adventure. Mel Gibson in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, starring Tina Turner, rated PG-13.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
Introducing the fast, efficient way to get it off your chest. It's the all-new Toot and Tell Drive-Through Confessional.
Hello, my child, and welcome to Toot and Tell.
If you've committed 10 sins or less, try our Sinners Express Lane, or come inside and meditate at the shrine to Our Lady of the Lube Jar. It's all at the Toot and Tell Drive-Through Confessional. Stop by this week and get a free Toot and Tell or Go to Hell bumper sticker. Just look for the clown and the cleric's collar. Toot and Tell. Closed Sundays.
You think you're strong? Well, what about Army Strong? The Army offers a variety of opportunities so that you can use your strengths to the fullest and push your limits to become not just strong, but Army Strong. In the Army, you will be working in a team, traveling the world, fighting to make a better future for your country and you. By joining the Army, you gain access to a steady career and a quality education. Test your limits and become part of something you can be proud of. Call your local recruiter at 817-735-4493 or log on to GoArmy.com. Contact them now and find out if you have what it takes to become Army Strong.
American International Pictures presents Frogs, the story of the day nature strikes back. It was bound to happen, but why now? Why did these particular people on that particular island face this particular kind of slithering, slimy terror? See Frogs, starring Ray Milland, Sam Elliott, Joan Van Ark, Adam Rourke, and Judy Pace. Frogs, an American international picture, in color, rated PG. Frogs, today the pond, tomorrow the world.
Coming off the break, welcome back. There's no music in my headphones. I don't know if anybody can hear music, but there's no music in my headphones. No music in the headphones. Oh well. I really don't care about music coming back. And somebody mentioned in the Facebook chat rooms about a video that I'm in on YouTube. We're having a lengthy discussion about that on the break. I plan on trying to redo that video at some point, elaborate on some stuff, and do some stuff. We're getting together, hopefully some other shows. Now, how interviews work on this program. Somebody in the YouNow chat room asked if they could come on and be a guest on the program. Here's how it works. Most of my interviews are not live because the technology and the time of the people that I've interviewed. So I will add them to the show. So when we do the paranormal show, the person that I interviewed will be, the guest will be put into that show, and it'll be more of an archived show. The other things that I do on the program, and I have on the program, I like to have the interviewer. I don't want to have anything wrong with them. Some of these people want to have certain time frames and periods. They're professionals in their field. The two professional wrestlers that I have on there, I've always added them to my archives. But if you want to be on the program, give me a call, leave a message with me, we'll talk, send me an email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com, 607-238-3816 is the phone number, www.brotherwade.com is my email. Get in touch with me, and we'll see what we can do. And if anybody's listening to this, and you want to be a guest on the show, maybe you're a professional, maybe you're an author, writer, singer, songwriter, maybe you have a talent act. Maybe you are a paranormal investigator. Maybe you are in a certain medical field and you want to come on and talk. Send me an email. I'd love to have you as a guest. We are going to get to live guests. We're going to try to do our very best to have some guests on the program as we go along. And those programs are coming up. They are in my archives on my YouTube. Go up to my YouTube. You can search all of the podcasts and all of the shows I've been in. Some of the guests will be returning for the Brother Wade program. Some of the guests are on there for the program I was in. A lot of times when I did the paranormal podcast, it was a 10-year running show. Some of the guests and people that we had, honorable people, we'll call them, on our show, their interviews and their topics and their stuff is up on my YouTube as an archived thing. Also on my website, there's some information, www.brotherwade.com, about the things that I've done and the interviews that I've had, and a lot of my work. So thank you for that question in the Facebook, and I hope I've answered it. If you are here live and you want to talk to us, 607-238-3816 is my phone number. We're going to open up the phone lines. The phone was blinking. I don't know if the person hung up or what. I don't know if they're still on the phone. So let's go to the phones and see. Caller, hello. Okay, I don't think they're there anymore. Caller, are you there? I don't think we have a caller. Do we have a caller? No, we don't. Okay, no caller. All right, well, they hung up. And that happens sometimes because people don't want to wait. They don't want to sit there on the lengthy, it's a little pool like we have for them. We don't really have a phone operator. We want a phone operator. Anybody want to volunteer to be a phone operator out there? But anyway, let's get back to the emails here. I put the emails away. It's I'm going to go on and on for hours on these emails, and I'm going to go on and on for hours talking about useless stuff I don't need to talk about, and hatred and meanness, and people just being stupid to me. But that's the way it goes. That's the way that things are sometimes. So that's it. I can go lengthy. I could do almost a whole show on the 2 interviews that I've had. One of them was taken down by YouTube. Her account was taken down. I suspect, if you really want the truth, I suspect that it was a big conspiracy. And I suspect that there's others involved in it. But I can't prove it. And the other interview is up there. It's called Brother Wade. You can go and watch it. I'm not going to say negative things about somebody, because there's nothing negative to say. The guy was pretty cool, okay? That the guy was all right. I was all right. It's just that I wish I knew a little bit more. I wish I knew what I knew now. Then it would have been constructed a little bit differently. But nothing bad happened to it. It was a great interview. It was a great time. It was a great experience. His work is wonderful. On the other 2 things he does is wonderful as a film producer or a filmmaker, documentary, and whatever you want to call him. He does wonderful work, and I do wonderful work in the field that I'm in. Everybody knows I'm also in the paranormal field. Everybody knows that I have a history of being in the paranormal field, history of backyard wrestling. Everybody knows these things, so I'm set in my field. He was set in his field, and it was a discussion. And sometimes, looking back on things, everything could be different. Doing it again, doing it differently, maybe even the time frame. Anyways, the phone is ringing. I'm going to try to go to the phones again. Caller, welcome to the program. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, caller. I don't know if our caller can hear us or not. Hello, caller.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, turn your radio down in the background, lady.
That's you.
Oh, that's me? Okay.
But we're not on the same timeline.
We're not on the same timeline, huh?
No.
Well, my timeline is almost 9 o'clock, so what's your timeline?
I can't see. All I know is that I don't hear myself on the air, so that means that you're on a different timeline on Facebook.
Okay. So, what do we... anyways, what's up?
Well, I want to know, do you really believe in the paranormal?
Yes, I really believe in the paranormal.
Why?
Why? Because I've seen stuff, experienced stuff, had stuff happen. I've been in the field for 21 years, going on 21 years. And the stuff I've seen, the stuff I've done, the stuff I've been through, the stuff I've seen happen to other people, the cases I've been involved in.
Well, my timeline is almost 9 o'clock, so what's your timeline?
Yeah, I can hear myself in your phone. You realize that, right?
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Yeah, it is weird. It's pretty weird. Most of the time, you're supposed to turn your radio down in the background.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for answering my question.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Somebody wanted to know about the paranormal. They asked me how long I've been into the paranormal. I've been in the paranormal for 21 years, lady. That's okay. If you want to be on the program, I don't understand what she's talking about, that we're not on the same timeline. Is she, from the future or the past or something? Maybe, perhaps, it was a time traveler on the phone. I doubt it. But anyways, the caller wanted to know about my paranormal career. I've been in the paranormal for 21 years. I used to have a podcast that was 10 years running. It was called The Paranormal World. The Paranormal World folded. We then started another, the iVlog TV, was bought out by another person, and then another person bought them out. Now it's YouNow. So the YouNow company has the other two companies that we were with. And in the paranormal field and in the paranormal, we would show our paranormal investigations. We would talk about paranormal subjects, equipment, pictures, all stuff we did. And we got to the point where there was no more topics to talk about. I think the last topic we did was Martians, Mars being a planet that's actually like ours. That's something happened up there, and they're there. Now, I don't believe in the round Earth. Everybody knows I'm a flat earther, but 30% of me still says there's aliens, still says the Earth is round, still says there's other things out there. The Christian side of me says it's all garbage and baloney. The other side of me says it's absolutely true. And I've seen things from the Christian standpoint, if you would, religiously, demons and angels and things that are just absolutely the stuff you can see is just undiscussable. You can't discuss this stuff. You can't even think of it. You can't even talk about it. It's just out there. And I've seen it. I've seen it live right there in front of me. If anybody ever tells you that demons and another realm of evil don't exist, tell them to come see me, because I could write a book about this stuff. I wanted to write a book, but the problem about writing a book is this, folks. You can't get it published. If you can't get the book published, nobody can read it. And if you do self-publishing, then you fall under these guidelines where you're paying $500 for $200 worth of merchandise, and nobody reads your stuff. But that's okay. Nobody reads anything you're doing. Nobody reads anything you got. So why write a book? And what would I call it? What would I call the book? Send me in an email. And you people on YouTube that are listening in the archives, and everybody wants comments, and everybody wants to get involved in the show, and everybody wants something, what would I call the book? I thought just calling it Wade. I mean, that's However, why would I write a book about my life if no one's going to read it? That's the problem, folks. That is the problem. And authors, like, all of them have this problem. All of them have the same problem. They write a book, and they need readers. Look at the guy that made Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones books. And he still hasn't made the next one yet. He still haven't made some of the stuff yet. Hi. I'm waving at my Facebook camera. For you new now audiences, I'll wave at you now. Hello. Somebody's asking me why I'm waving so much. I'm waving because these people are my friends on Facebook. Some of them are my friends. Some of them might be just people that go and get your family members, go and get your friends, go and get your enemies for all I care, and you share this show. The email is cwlawrence01@gmail.com. The website's www.brotherwade.com. The phone number tonight live is 607-238-3816. It's always that way. It's always the same number. Never had any different numbers. But we've had one caller tonight. I want to have more callers. But at least the callers are not hanging up on me, flushing the toilet, screaming and yelling, asking me if I want batteries. That guy, who is that? Who is he? Seriously, who is he? He didn't do it this week. I am number 56th on YouNow out of 100. So thank you for telling me that, YouNow. Why does that matter what number I'm at? It matters if somebody's listening to the show. I don't care about the ratings. The ratings are done by people that professionally do ratings all the time. Hasn't anybody gotten that through their head? If somebody's watching a show and there's ratings, the ratings are paid for. Number one, they pay for that service to have ratings. They pay for it. Number two, the ratings are not by the people. It's not like we write in every day and say, hey, I watched your show, 100 people on Channel 2 and 40 on Channel 7. It's not how it goes. Okay, ratings are done by professional wrestling. Ratings are done by merchandise sold, TV shows that they watch, their revenue from TV shows, their revenues from the stations. A lot of the subscribers now are streaming this stuff. That's how these ratings work. If I had ratings right now, my ratings would be 10. 1 out of 10, it would be a 10. And why would I want to pay for somebody to tell me I suck and I'm not doing well? Because some of those ratings do that. And if you ever watch these people that are high up there and spend a lot of money in ratings, almost $31,000, WNBC, WCBS, WFAM, these radio stations in New York City, $31,000 they spend. The head parent company right now, it's now a head parent company. It didn't used to be a head parent company, but it is now. We have Citadel Communications. There's American Communication. There's a few radio stations that own these stations, like a parent company, like a huge umbrella, and they're the person that's holding the umbrella. Okay? And each spoke is another radio station. So you got 20, 30, 50, 150 of these stations, I think they own. Anyways, these parent companies pay these people to do this. These things are done that way. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want ratings if these people are not going to go? And it's almost set up as, you tell me another station's ratings are bad. The rock station's ratings are bad. Listen to the country station. So you go over to the rock station to see why they're bad, and now they got you listening, and now you just added another number to their ratings. All of a sudden the rock station is now number one. The country stations aren't now. We have the Hawk in our area, and the Whale is a rock station. So the classic rock station isn't doing well. Go over to the Whale. Why are they not doing well? Let me listen. Okay, well, the country station, let me go over to the... So you're bouncing back and forth to these two stations trying to listen to why they're failing, and they're adding up the ratings. It's just like the people that say my show sucks. All these 5 people right here, they had to listen to my show to say it sucked. If you think my show sucks that bad, don't listen. You're adding to the listeners. My average listeners are 1,000. Average listeners. Almost probably 25% of those are people that don't like me, that willingly watch my show. So they can see how I fail, see what I do wrong. Okay. Keep adding to the numbers of shows that I watch. Keep adding to my so-called ratings to make me look better. Go ahead. Add yourself to it. I don't care. You don't like it? Come on and listen even more. Tell your friends that don't like it to listen. Tell your family members that don't like my show to come up and listen to me. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And the people that do listen, the people in my Facebook, the people on YouNow, the faithful listeners, we should have an award system for you guys. We really should. We should have an award system. Maybe something. I don't know. They say all these Patreon things and this other thing where I can call people up and wish them happy birthday. Why do I care about wishing somebody I don't even know happy birthday? And how much am I supposed to pay? The Iron Sheik is rumored to be paying $250 for him to call you up and wish you a happy birthday. That's great. The Iron Sheik called me up and wished me a happy birthday, Mommy. That's wonderful. Hulk Hogan can do it. $200 or something dollars. Good. Hulk Hogan can call you up, little kid, and tell you happy birthday. Well, brother, happy birthday. Okay. Why do I want that? I don't get it. I just don't get it. But the suggestions in YouNow right now are good. I don't understand why they're good. I'm choking on a cigarette. And I don't know why they're suggesting these things. Another one tells me right here, get on YouTube. I'm already on YouTube. I'm not going to be monetized or whatever they want to call it, so they can tell me what to do, and if I don't do it, I get a little slap on the hand and a little paddle on the bottom. No, I'm not going to do that. I want to do what I want to do with my show at any time I want to do it. I don't want somebody telling me what to do and somebody telling me why to do it. Tell me where to do it. I don't want any of that stuff. And if I don't want any of that stuff, and I don't need any of that stuff, and I don't want to be appropriated with that stuff, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. It's you know, it's. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you people want me to be that way. I don't know why people want people to do that. It just doesn't make any sense that you're going to come up on this program and ask me why I don't get it. Ratings don't mean nothing to me. Listeners and people interacting with the show, you telling your friends and family about my show is better to me than having ratings. I could be rated number 1, number 10 on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Number 10, number 1 is the best. Okay, I could be number 15 for all I care. But if I get the most listeners, I get the most viewers, I get the most people interacting in my show, and every week I have a show, and every week people are good, and every week the show does wonderful, then I'm doing good. I am doing wonderful. I am doing just great. Somebody's asking about new music. Do we play music on this program? We have the ability to play music. We have the ability to do it if it's not going to interfere with anything or copyrighted information. I can't do copyrighted stuff. If you're a singer and you're a songwriter or you're a band member or something and you want me to play your music and you send me an email saying you give me permission to have it on the show, or you come on as a guest and we talk about it, we play some music, that's fine. But I can't play anything copyrighted. Number 1, YouTube won't let me. Number 2, Facebook won't let me. Number 3, I bet you the government won't let me. Number 4, you can get in very serious trouble now for doing that. That's why I don't have a pirate radio station up here. That's why I don't have the things I wanted to do. The rock music, the rock station, the things I used to do as a kid doing pirate radio, all of that stuff I don't have, and I don't want to be a part of it. I don't really want to have those problems. I don't want to cause a problem with that stuff because it can get really bad. And if YouTube and these other places catch you, or you're proven to be guilty of it, then you can get in serious trouble. And the trouble that you can get into can be numerous, and I'm not gonna chance it. But if you send me an email and you're a private person and you do music and you play music and you want it on my show, I'll be glad to play your music on our breaks. I'll be glad to have you as a guest. I'll be glad to do that. I believe that the little man, if you will, or the independent artist is great. There's some songs that are out there from independent artists that are better than the stuff on the radio. And if you think about it, people like Lady Gaga, AC/DC, Rob Zombie, Art, whatever his name is there, Art Garfunkel there, Art Manilow or Manilow or whatever his name is there. They all started as independent artists, and they all came about because somebody noticed them. Some of Pink Floyd's stuff is done that way. Michael Jackson, some of his stuff was on there. Mariah Carey is the one that made a big deal about the copyright. Her and a few others decided to get with that. Michael Jackson made a statement: if you got my music, meaning you took the music off the radio and made a cassette tape and gave it to your friends, and they listened to the music, and then they said, oh, I want to go out and buy more of this music, then I've gained a new fan. And Michael Jackson was great on his music being played different places, people listening to his music, people sharing his music, because that's the way that somebody will hear his music and he'd get a fan, more fans that way. I don't know. I don't know this copyright stuff. I don't know any of it. I always thought as a musician, you get your money. You got your money. People are buying your CDs. They're watching your concerts. You're making, the average person at a concert makes $20,000 for a concert. If you divide that up into the things you need to do, the transportation, the setup, the venue, and yourself, that's $5,000 for yourself, at least $5,000. And I'm sure some of the venue and stagehand crews and all that other stuff is less than $5,000. But I'm just saying the four major things you need. You need a setup, stage, and all that stuff. You need transportation to get there and get, flights and stuff. You need media to get yourself out there, and then you pay yourself. So your overhead is paid for. Or you pay independently the stuff you buy, your own clothes and stuff. But you're taking home $5,000. If you can't find clothes to wear and a microphone to sing in for $5,000, you have a problem. Because I could tell you a whole wardrobe for less than $100, and you can go on stage and sing in it. I don't get it. People spend fortunes. It's like the wedding. Spending fortunes on weddings. Okay? Our wedding's probably going to be $50. Okay? If I have anything to do with it, I'm not going to spend more than $200, and that's because I want her to have what she wants. If it wasn't me saying, you can have whatever you want, it's for you, we could even do cheaper than that. But I am the man that says the woman gets what the woman wants. Now, there's limits on this, of course. I could go a whole show on the limits that a woman should have on what she gets. But that's for another time. We're going into the third half of the program now. I'm not taking a break. Normally we'd take a break and go into the third half. We'll open up the phone lines completely. But I have the phone lines open anyways now. So my phone lines are open. My phone lines are 607-238-3816. My email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com. My website, www.brotherwade.com. There's a format to this show, believe it or not. There's a format right here on a piece of paper. But I don't like following it that much. I like doing what I want to do. The freedom of doing what I want to do. And we came up here at 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. It's almost 9:30 now. So we try to have a 2-hour program. We try to get things in a 2-hour program. We try to get everybody solved in a 2-hour program. We try to get everybody liked in a 2-hour program. We try to get everybody's feelings and everybody's mutual acceptance within those 2 hours. A lot of people in the YouNow chat room have been asking me all sorts of questions about this YouTube video. Well, I guess I'm pretty famous for having a weird interview. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Like I said, the guy's not a bad guy. He did some great documentary stuff. It was a time. It was something to do. I don't know what to say about it. But I'm not going to discuss it anymore. You want to go up and watch it. You don't. You don't. But don't. The comments on there are just dumb. Some of the people in the comments, and I just don't understand it. And I don't understand my archive comments. I've stopped putting comments in the archives because people just write stupid stuff. They don't even care. They don't even care about what is on their comments. It's almost like these people just want to hurt you, or they want to say something stupid, dumb, ignorant. They don't want to take time to listen to what the subject is. They don't want to take time to figure out what a subject is. They don't want to take time to work on a subject. They don't want to take time to do any of that stuff. And it's kind of annoying that somebody doesn't want to do it. If somebody doesn't want to take the time to come up there and work on something, that's okay. I don't understand it. I don't think I ever will understand it either. I don't think it's something that I can understand. I don't think it's something that you can understand. I don't think it's something anybody can understand. Why these trolls and these hateful people, I mean, I've been talking about this the whole show. Why the people say the hateful comments they say, why they say the other things. And it's just crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. And I don't know what to do about it. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know when to do about it. When can we do something about it? I don't know. Because people are going to comment whether they like it or not. They're just going to go on there. They're just going to say the stupid stuff they want to say, the dumb stuff, the ignorant stuff, the horrible readings and ramblings that they do. You think I go on rants. These people are probably going on rants all day. And that's another thing. There's programs out there, folks, where you can write a comment in, and it'll comment on numerous videos at once. So if you say a hateful comment on one video, every video you go up to is going to comment on something about it. It's ridiculous. Construction video the other day, watching it. The comments on the construction video. I have actually a question for plumbing and construction. About what he was doing, and the comments on there making fun of the guy. This was on a live stream, making fun of him. The comments on his videos of him educationally teaching some stuff about plumbing, teaching some basic information about your water heater. Something everybody that owns a home or has an apartment, even if you rent your apartment, you should know about a heater or something. So if something goes wrong, you got heat, or you can tell your landlord, or you can fix something, or if it's an emergency, you can solve the problem. And these guys are making fun of him. That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And if you think I'm going off on something here, when I say that if you live in an apartment, you should know about this stuff. You should. You should know about heaters and plumbing and this stuff. Because what happens if your neighbor overflows the toilet? What happens if a sink bursts? What happens if the heater coil malfunctions? Everybody doesn't have heat. Well, if you know how to fix it, you can go down there and fix it and save the day. And then tell your landlord, listen, I'm not paying rent until it's done right. That's a whole nother subject, is paying rent and doing stuff right. Okay? We're not even going to get into that. But these are videos that are educationally done, that are educationally had, that are educationally, meant to be for your knowledge, and people are making fun of these people. Professional people. These aren't like people in their garage playing plumber and Mr. Carpenter. They're actual professionals. The one guy is retired in the field of carpentry. The other guy is a semi-retired plumber, and the other guy is an electrician. And they're going up there to talking about their trades and their fields, and how to get a contractor, and how to choose the right stuff and the wrong stuff. Maybe for a do-it-yourselfer. Maybe for somebody that wants to do it themselves. Maybe for somebody that wants to try to get electrocuted doing something themselves. Somebody that's trying to do something nice for themselves or save money, because these individuals cost a lot of money. And here they're making fun of his videos. They're telling him that he's wrong, making comments on why he's wrong, how he's wrong. That's fine. If you're watching a video of a professional, like if I was watching an animal trainer or a paranormal investigator or somebody that was doing something and I knew absolutely true that they were doing it wrong, I would make a suggestion, or I'd write to them personally and tell them, hey, that was wrong, or write in the comments, at this time, such and such minutes, such and such was done. The way I know about it is this and that, and maybe have something educational. Maybe I was taught one way, they were taught another way, and both ways are absolutely correct and legal. And if you're doing construction, a lot of stuff is housing code and can be illegal. Well, maybe both things are legal. Maybe it's another way of doing something, which people don't like. I have been in the field of paranormal investigating for 21 years. Somebody comes up with a different way of doing stuff, I'm right on it. I want to know the new way. I want to know the different way. I want to know something that's going to get me the evidence I need to help somebody else in a case or something. Or it's going to get me further in my field. Well, he's trying to teach me a different way. I would think you'd want to get further in your field. So you would look at it and try to learn from it. But these guys don't want to do that. They don't want to do anything else. So if they don't want to do it, and they don't want to try, and they don't want to do stuff right, they don't want to try to do it right, and they don't want to try to manage it correctly, and they don't want to try to have some kind of discipline with it, then that's the way it goes. And it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid, some of the stuff that I see. But like I said, the guy's hammering stakes into the ground, for an example. And these guys are commenting that his hammering skills are horrible. How are hammering skills horrible? You swing the hammer, it hits something, the thing gets driven into the ground more. He's talking about sledgehammers versus some other kind of mallet. A mallet, a sledgehammer, a hammer, a anvil, a flat iron. They're all the same thing. They're all the same thing. It's a hammer. It's a piece of steel or wood with a flat surface on one end, stuck on a stick or a handle of some sort, and you swing it. It's just like in Dungeons and Dragons, a dwarven hammer, a war hammer. What's the difference? It's a hammer. You take the hammer, you swing it around, you hit people with it, or you hit things with it. There's no difference. No difference whatsoever in these things. Why these people have to make these negative, eccentric, disgusting comments, I don't understand. And I never will understand. I'll never understand it. Never. I could take a college course in it, and I still will never understand it. But people are going to be mean. People are going to be selfish. And during this interview, people made some comments that were disgusting and untrue about him, about me, about the subjects. And I don't care. I think maybe the interview could have been done differently. Like I said, no hard feelings. No hard feelings about me by him. No hard feelings about him by me. Neither one of us think each other are to blame for it, but it just could have been done differently. But it was good. It was a good experience. It was a good interview. And people want to just be harsh and stupid and wrong, okay? And other people are going to play into that. Other people are going to sit there and listen to these comments and think that I'm horrible or he's horrible or something's not good or something's not done right. And it's wrong. It shouldn't be allowed. In some of these cases, if you're going to make the eccentric and the unintelligent babbling you do, there should be something against you. And if you are flagged or pinned or whatever you want to call the word, picked or dotted is another word, for making these comments and pointed out of your wrongdoings, and maybe something should be done. Maybe your account should be suspended because you want to make illiterate, unintelligible comments to people. And you're hurting them, you're hurting their reputation, you're not making anything good, you're not doing good by what's happening, you're not doing good by what's going on, you're not doing good by what's being said by you. You're not being productive at all. You're not doing it at all. There's no productiveness in what you're doing by making these comments. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And I'm sure on this video right here, and this video right here, and that video right there, okay, I'm sure that somebody's going to have negative comments. I'm sure somebody's going to say something stupid. I'm sure somebody's going to say something unintelligent, astronomically wrong, and just throw things right out of whack, out of topic, and out of sensory perception here. And the unintelligentness, it just proves to me people are dumb. I mean, I've been saying it for years that people are dumb, but this just proves it even more. It proves that people are dumb, just outrageously dumb. I don't know how these people leave their house with tied shoes. How do they even have the intelligence to reach down and tie their shoes? There's some people who walk around with their shoes untied. And these, I'm surprised they got their shoes tied in the morning, or the afternoon, or at night, or whenever they need to have a pair of shoes on to leave their house. I'm surprised they even manage to tie their shoes because of the stupidity they perform on a daily basis. And I'm not making fun of anybody here. I'm just pointing out that some of these people are absolutely, they're gone. With the comments and the stupidity, I just don't understand it, and I never will understand it. Again, a college course in this stuff. I could take a random college course, and I would never understand it at that either. A professional could teach me, and I would never understand. And that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to continue to be. It's the way it's always been. I don't know. Again, 607-238-3816 is the phone number. My email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com. My website, www.brotherwade.com. I'm going to take a quick break before we go and finish up the show. One last break before we go. We've already been up here for numerous hours here. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, I don't know what that was about, folks. None of the advertisement plays right. Two of the advertisements came up, and then some music came up. Not too sure what that was all about, folks, but welcome back from the break. That happens. Sometimes this thing messes all up, and then we end up with malfunctioning stuff. The functionality of our stuff here is sometimes overwhelmingly distorted. But nevertheless, we are here. Now our YouNow audience has disappeared, and the site went back down, and so I don't know what's going to happen. I keep blowing on this stuff because these ashes are falling from my cigarette. I'm not careless, folks. Don't say I'm careless. Okay? Don't even start that. When you have a cigarette in your hand, and you have a cigarette, and you're smoking a cigarette, sometimes the ashes will fall places. And so I have to go to blow them off. Okay? Just like that, blowing it off my lap. If anything, my pants are going to burn from the ashes falling. But anyways, it's not being careless. So don't any of you send me an email saying, now I'm careless. I'm not careless. Not a careless smoker. Never fell asleep with a cigarette. Never carelessly done it. Never carelessly tried to put myself in any harm's way doing it. But we're coming up on the second half, or the third half. We're into the third half of this program. And doing the third half of the program means that we're going to shortly soon end. So my time with you is probably going to end. If anybody wants to get on this phone real quick, somebody better get on the phone. But we haven't had any dumb callers. If you listen to some of my other shows, we had some dumb callers. We've had people screaming, yelling at the phone. Today we had one caller. And I forgot what the number of people we have here. I will get the statistics later for it. But like I said, at least 1,000 people have watched my show. That means somebody is doing something right. That means it's me. So these emails that I've gotten, that I read earlier in the program, and I'm not going to go back to it, but they really don't think so. They don't agree that this show is very well. But I do. I agree that the show is well. I agree that we're doing well. I'm interacting with the audience here. I'm interacting with the listeners. I'm interacting with the people around us, our friends, our family, whatever you want to call it. Even the enemies that want to listen to the program every week and then comment on what's wrong with it. So, maybe they're not enemies. Maybe they're just people trying to help me. But it would be nice if you wrote in your emails trying to help you and then do a suggestion. And not suggest something I already know, like get better cameras or get better microphones or something, because I've already done that. That has been long done. It's done. Take it out of the oven and serve it. It's done. Okay? So, that's what we need to deal with. Dealing with these people. And this is what this show's been about this week. It started off as a nice little rant about the emails and turned into talking about other stuff. Am I doing a review of my show? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe somebody can come up here and criticize my show and critique my show and tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and really give me details, because I've done everything right I'm supposed to. And somebody's going to make comments that this show is horrible. How is it horrible, folks? It's horrible because I'm telling you that you're wrong for making unnecessarily dumb comments that you're making on a regular basis. Wrong because maybe people have insulted people and decided to hurt other people and be negative and insultive and disrespectful to people. And if you don't think it's disrespectful, and if you don't think what you're doing is disrespectful, when you criticize people and on purposely laugh at them and on purposely make disgusting, unadmirable questions and comments to somebody that's trying to give educational speeches and trying to help people and trying to put together a good program for somebody, then I don't know what is. Like I said, the guy is a plumber, a carpenter, and all that, and they make fun of him. They unpurposely try to demoralize the program because they want to do it. They want the attention. If they want attention, why don't they come up here and do their own show? Why don't they make a show about telling me how I suck? They don't want to do it. They don't want to put the effort in. It's just like the kids in school that used to pick on you. They would pick on you. But then when things got tough for them and they didn't want to do the educational classes and they didn't want to do the learning and they didn't want to do anything, now they have big fat wives with a bunch of kids. They have no job, or their wife is working and they're not, or they're both on some kind of assistance, or maybe they're in jail, or maybe they are, out there doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing, or maybe their life sucks. That's what happened to everybody that picked on me when I was in high school. Every single person that I went to high school with, except for probably a handful, are not doing well. Why? Well, I can't say it's because they made fun of me. It's because their choices were wrong. And most of these people are making wrong choices. They're going to make fun of me. They're going to say I'm bad. They're going to say I'm not good. They're going to say I'm horrible. But why do we have all the listeners? Why do we have the support we have for the show? Why do we have people supporting the show and wanting the show to do better? And not just my fiance, not just my wife, my girlfriend, my partner, the human being that's going to put up with me for all these years. No, other people. People that honestly like the show. People that honestly come every week to the show. They don't miss a show. They come every week. And they contribute to the show. They do things for the show. The show might be a daily show if I could do it right, if I could get up here and talk about stuff daily, but I can't. Not enough to talk about. And I'm not talking about COVID. I'm not talking about stupid wars. I'm not talking about all that stuff. So if I had a show every day, I would have to talk about information. And I've not repeated a show yet. The Valentine's Day show went very well. Very well. A lot of people came. A lot of people participated. It went very well, and it's up there on my archives. I don't know. But this is going to wrap up this show today. We're going to wrap it up right here. I've been up here for almost 2 hours, and I think that's enough. I think you people have heard my voice enough. So, without further ado, I would like to say thank you for everybody coming and listening to me, and coming and putting up with me, and coming and hearing what I had to say. So until next time, everybody, have a good week.